Hello, Mr. 006. So we're back for part 3 of I Want to Be the Permanence. Last time we took out the completed the middle right area, which is the Thutamal. Again, probably butchered the pronunciation there, so apologies for that. But yeah, managed to clear that area, which for the most part, despite being very trap heavy, troll heavy with the spike triggers and such, is mostly okay. Other than that absolutely awful final save, which just because I happened to beat that relatively straightforward, and I pulled off that diamond. First time after clearing a horrendous last section of the screen before, that does not excuse there being no save or anything like that on the previous screen. That is a god-awful final save to that screen, to that area, and I detest it. Anyway, moving on, returning the knight around the chessboard pattern, we are going to be going bottom left, and that brings us to I Want a Uhuhu Spike. So there are actually two such areas in this game, although one of them is Uhuhu Spike 2. But yeah, this is the first one, and yeah, not that it really makes a lot of difference which order, or indeed any order, any difference at all in which order you do them in or anything like that. Again, I sort of starting in the top left and working around in that knight pattern. I end up actually doing the first one first before the second one. So, yay. Things like that just make me happy. As I said, even though the order is more or less completely irrelevant. Good, didn't mess that up. So, let's actually turn the volume down just a tad. That is quite loud. I do like the music in this area, but yeah, that is quite loud. But anyway, as for the gameplay in this area, I would say, for the most part, this is actually pretty good, pretty fun. Except for one or two sections, and this screen being one of them. I do not like the screen really at all. So, let's fail immediately. Let's try and do this one way. Let's at least have one go at doing this the way that I'm probably not going to do this, because I absolutely hate the manoeuvre. And it's this one here, this little manoeuvre down here, which thankfully is like right at the beginning. But yay, another one of those low ceiling jumps where you've got a spike sticking out from the right, sticking out facing right or facing horizontally. I suppose it doesn't really matter whether it's right or left. But yeah, I hate this. I hate that jump so much. And unfortunately, there is so much more in the screen left to clear. And yeah, I could wend my way all the way down the bottom. But frankly, there is a shortcut, so I'm not going to bother with it. That is the reason why I aligned, actually, I'm probably going to fail, yeah, that jump there is also pretty horrid, unfortunately. But in taking this shortcut, I only have to do so much less of the screen than I otherwise would do, having to muck around at the bottom. Landing on that ledge is not the most straightforward thing, but, oh yeah. But again, frankly, I feel like it's going to take less time than mucking around taking the bottom part. This jump here, by the way, is absolutely awful as well, though. So probably about as difficult as, if not more so, than the one at the bottom right that I've been moaning about now. As I say, I'm not going to stick this ledge landing every time by any stretch of the imagination. But but yeah, I did rub up against this wall. So it does seem to, and then hit the save, because it does seem to, for the most part, mean that I can land on this ledge pretty safely most of the time. Not all the time, obviously, but all things equal, yeah. Given the amount of time again that I ended up playing this, so I got fed up with the bit at the bottom, and I thought, well, that ledge looks stand-onable, for want of a better phrase. So it took me quite a while to actually muck around, figuring out the best setup to actually do so. And yeah, it turns out, or at least for me at least, it seems to turn out that rubbing up against the wall from the left-hand side of the wall to, again, this one here worked out the best. So yay, that's what we're going to be doing. But apologies, this is going to be fairly boring in the sense that there's not really much to say here. I really don't like the jump at the top, at that top, doing that. Almost, well, gate jump and then the jump through there. It's not straightforward at all. And I managed to pull it off. Yes, I don't need to cut anything either. Admittedly, I think that only took about 3 minutes or so. But, oh my god. I would say that screen took 10 times as long first time round. Still pretty loud. Just turned the volume down a little bit as well. Probably the fact it's still pretty loud. But, yeah, that screen I reckon took, I would say, 10 times as long first time round. Oh my god, I hated that screen. I felt like that was possibly one of the worst ones actually in the area. So, yeah, we might have a fairly decent time from now on. Who knows? Anyway, skip jump, gate jump, single jump through there, and a double jump over there. And then we're probably going to need to position ourselves so we're in between, I would say, the second and third spikes on that section where I've got the furthest to now, and then do a fairly full jump over to the left-hand side. And what on earth's going on here now? Yeah, that jump there is not bad at all. Yeah, something like that should be fine. Nice little a line there, which isn't... I just walked into that spike, are you joking me? It seems to be happening quite a lot here, actually, with this one here at the top as well. I don't know what's quite what's happening there. But anyway. Eek. There. Yeah, there's no... Thank you for the lag there. Let's not have that as a recurring theme, please. Definitely let's not. And yeah, there's a few times here where I just feel like I'm walking into spikes without actually jumping. It's yeah, let's hope that doesn't continue on, because that will get very irritating very quickly, if it hasn't already. This is probably going to end up. Oh my goodness, taking longer than the second screen. But personally, I think this is actually easier than the second screen. There is no save, intermediate save on the screen, so it is an all-in-one go type thing. But funnily enough, I feel like actually the bit at the beginning is the most tricky. Once I get past a certain point, or like, you know, the halfway kind of point in this screen, I'm hoping the rest shouldn't be too bad. But easier said than done. Oh, no, messed that up. Okay. That is a little bit tight. Again, one of those long jumps, and we've got 5 spikes on the floor to clear there, so it is quite a long jump. And of course we have got spikes on the ceiling as well, which make that really awkward. Funnily enough, I feel like this jump here is probably one of the trickiest ones as well. Not a fan of that one. Never a fan of the ones where you've got a low ceiling and you just have to kind of like dip into a gap between spikes on the floor, because yeah, stuff like that's liable to happen. I'm liable to jump, like, again, way too early and just land on the spikes. I'm liable to jump sorry, way too late. It's way too late rather than way too early. Sorry, yeah, way too late and just land on the spikes. Way too early and then just hit the ceiling with a jump, or indeed not even align myself properly and end up, you know, not between the spikes. That jump there is becoming much more awkward than I maybe initially gave it credit for. At the bottom there with the 5 spikes, and I'm just not jumping. Other than obviously the one time I did clear it, I'm just not jumping far enough, which is bit of a thing. And again, like there, maybe I need to, need to dip between the second and third one, and then make a really long jump over to the right-hand side. I'm not convinced that's how you have to do that one, but I don't seem to be getting the anywhere near the requisite distance at the moment. Oh, I thought I died there. Okay, yeah, that seems a lot better. Yeah, that seems a lot better. Good. Okay, here's hoping now. Yep, told you the second bit of that wasn't too bad at all. Once I got past the F jump round the spike at the bottom there, the rest was all done in first go past that point. So yay! It was the first bit of that screen that was definitely the problem, not the second half. And yay! Pleased about that. Moving on. This screen I don't think is too bad at all, really. Again, if I can stop like just walking into spikes, that would be just terrific. It seems to be the main cause of a lot of my problems at the moment. Okay, that jump there is a bit tricky. although that was the attempt I made there was just absolutely awful and wouldn't be how you're meant to do it at all. I think that bit feels like, again, the most tricky bit of this screen. So, again, a little bit like the last screen, I'm actually kind of hoping that if I can pull that jump off, which, as I say, I actually think is probably the trickiest one on this screen, or at least on this first stage, I'm hoping the rest will go by pretty straightforwardly. Yes, this middle bit here, that jump there and that jump there. Kind of awkward. Yes. And all my predictions are coming true here. Yeah, which is great. I'm not going to complain at all. Yeah, all the bits that I think are going to cause, or I think are going to be the most tricky, seem to be the things that are causing the most problems. So, yay. That is correct. I don't know what I was doing there. Yeah, so I want to go in that little cubby hole there. I don't know whether you could do something really fancy, like. I'm not going to realistically try it, but like that in there. I don't know whether that is actually a possibility. I suspect it probably is, but frankly, yeah, not gonna try that. So it's nowhere. The bit down here, yeah, is nowhere near difficult enough to. Let's just not get ahead of myself. Yeah, the bit down at the bottom there is nowhere near difficult enough to warrant having to do anything like that. A bit like the ledge jump I was talking about on the second screen or so. I feel like the bottom bit and even just that first jump toward the bottom with the sticking out spike again from the horizontal ledge, that actually is annoying enough, easily annoying enough to blast to warrant using the shortcut and the ledge and the ledge maneuver that I did. That maneuver on the previous screen, no, definitely not. Okay, let's not mess this up this time, please. Good. Well, it's not a very nice final jump, I must admit. That being said, I don't think anything up to that point is too tricky. I don't think that last little manoeuvre is the be all end all either. So hopefully this screen won't take too long. Again, that's not to say that it's all just gimme stuff and I'm not going to mess up at all. There are a few awkward manoeuvres to have to pull off. And again, it's one of those ones, a bit like probably a lot of the Uhuhu Spike screens, that you just end up having to go all around the houses because, the area where you want to go is tantalisingly sort of close at the beginning of the screen, but you end up having to go all the way around the house. Dang it! All the way around the houses in order to have a double jump at the right place. Yeah, because if I could just get over here straight away, then that would be lovely. But unfortunately not. So yeah, we have to go all the way around to the right-hand side of the screen and double back. Ugh. Yeah, I really don't think too much here is that difficult, but on this screen. But maybe this jump is. No. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. The loop-round jump, the one where you've got the spike hanging obviously down from the ceiling, is the one you're probably most liable to hit because you do have to jump fair enough over the right-hand side over the spike that's sticking upwards and the two on the floor. So you can't just clear that. You have to clear it by quite some margin. This double spike here at the end. Yeah, not the nicest final move I have to pull off, I have to say. Anyway, moving on. From memory, we can actually get a far better start than this. This screen, the troublesome spot is at the end, not the beginning. Oh my god, the end of this screen caused me next to no end of problems. And again, well, I guess we'll see, but that was pretty good for the first half. And when I first played this, I actually thought that save is very generous. So I kind of felt like, okay, this is going to be one of those screens where, it's likely to be sort of a clear all-in-one go type thing. But man, oh man, the save there is just so appreciated. I do not like this next jump at all, and I don't crash, please. And I don't like the drop down after it. It would also help if I could get out, get out from the block there and actually not mess up the cliff jump. But yeah, this gate jump is tricky. I actually want to do this a little bit different than what I've been trying to do for the moment, and probably how I did it before. Yeah, I want to make a sort of a manoeuvre like that, where I'm making a full jump through, but as you can see at the moment, I'm sort of clipping the spike. That felt good. Yeah, clipping the spike just past the gate jump, which is yeah, a little bit irritating, and that is incredibly liable to happen. Okay, that is yeah, that is considerably better than what I was doing when I first did this. I was trying to make a sort of a not full jump, if you will, through, and it worked. It wasn't like I wasn't getting through. It wasn't like I wasn't getting through, but I feel like what I'm doing now is actually better, or the success rate's going to be better. Okay, good. Yeah, that jump there is more difficult to pull off than you might think. As is that jump. I don't know whether I just made a colossal mess of that, or if I was sort of on the right lines there, but it felt like I was just landing on the, or hit that jump. I hate that jump. It's so goddamn easy to just clip or run into the block just above, above where I don't want to be, because then trying to get a double jump out of there is next to impossible. Oh, yeah, that jump there, you've got to get, because of the way the blocks, that last little hanging block is, you've got to pretty much get between, oh, okay, I didn't think I was going to fly off there. You've got to pretty much get in between the second and the last, the third and the fourth spikes there with your initial jump, which is, yeah, again, can be kind of tricky. It's a pretty long jump, and again, there's another block just above the one that's causing most of the problems, the lowest hanging one. But if you run into that, you're obviously going to not get as far as you want to. So, yeah. And despite the fact that this gate jump is, yeah, it's definitely tricky. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's about probably, I'd say, I don't know, 8 goes in a row that I failed it. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but yeah, with this improved technique, I feel like it's the bit at the bottom now that's going to be the trickiest thing. Although, as I say, I'm clearly demonstrating that jump down there past these 3 horizontal spacing spikes, isn't half awkward, and I don't know whether there isn't a line there that would help. Again, unlike the ledge jump that I did on that's okay. I didn't think that was going to work. So now I'm sort of like paranoid. That actually seemed to be pretty good. I don't know if that again was just because that felt like a good go just normally, or what. But I might try doing that now. I've got no idea, frankly, whether that align is actually a good or a bad thing. But it felt like it gave me the best attempt. Wow. The best attempt at that last little bit, so yeah, we're going to be sticking to that. That jump there, said it a number of times now, but clipping that block is just so easy to do. Oh, yeah. Remember when I said that when I was playing this for the first time, I felt that like save was incredibly generous. And that I felt like, given, and again, it didn't take much time. Wow, it didn't take much time at all first time around when I was playing for me to actually, I think, get to that middle save. And based on, oh my god, based on that experience, I felt like this was surely going to be a, clear the screen all in one go type of deal. Because, oh, man, the rest of it, the first bit of it felt, maybe that's not very good. That align there. The rest of it just felt pretty easy, but it generally felt like it felt like it was going to be a clear in one go type thing. So I was actually amazed that there was a save. There was a save. Wow, I don't like that jump at the bottom at all. I was amazed that there was a save there. But good grief, if there wasn't, I actually don't think I'd ever beat this. Seriously, the bit on the oh my goodness me, this bit of the right hand side of the screen is so goddamn awkward, and I don't like that last jump at all. Horrible, absolutely horrible. I think I'm going to have to make the jump from the elevated block where I am, rather than trying to. I don't think I can dip off, for example, this block here. Also, I'm gonna have to jump, obviously, aren't I? But I don't think I can do anything from there. But how do I get enough distance to jump where I need to? I mean, obviously I've done it before, so I just need to not during this Let's Play at the moment, obviously, but so I just need to redo what I did before, but not quite sure at the moment how to do it, other than the basic advice of just making a very long jump. But who knows? Maybe I got lucky with an align the go I did it before, and I've got no idea what that align might be. So yay. Nope. Seriously, everything here, these three manoeuvres, that first gate jump, that manoeuvre down, getting down there, and the bit at the very bottom, these are three absolutely horrible manoeuvres. And yeah, seriously, I don't think I'd ever beat this without that save there. I really don't. I don't know what to do on that bottom bit, unfortunately. Just not quite sure what I'm doing wrong per se, or if there isn't a line or something that would help me, because I cannot seem the big jump I'm making, or I feel like I want to make. I'm going to hit the block. I'm going to hit the block to the left of the block that's lowest. I'm going to run into that. I'm absolutely going to run into that, and if I do that, I've got no chance. So, but I cannot seem to get far enough of a jump at the moment. Okay, good. That last little bit is not the easiest either, so I'm really, really pleased I didn't mess that up, because that would have been horrible to have died to. Oh boy. Anyway, moving on with a very, to a very easy screen. Yeah, I'm delighted about that. Given how easy it is, I guess I'll show this off. He says it's easy. I bet you I don't do it next go, or this go. Well, I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, well, I did at least get further. But yeah, unfortunately the block, that's below me here is fake, so you do need to... What on earth happened there? I felt like I didn't get anywhere near enough height with my double jump there, that I just, fell way short of the bloody platform. Believe me, this is a very easy screen. Whoa! Nice save. This would be good if it were this go. I'd love it if it were this go. But apparently not. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm not expecting this to cause too many problems. Wow. I think it probably... I'm not even necessarily sure it's any easier, frankly, if the block that is okay... if the block that's fake actually wasn't fake. I think you'd still have to land on this corner pretty nicely. For some reason, I'm just not reaching either. Thank you. Good grief. That took longer than I would have hoped. Right, moving on to another screen that was incredibly nasty again. First time I did it, and a bit like the second screen of this area, I actually gave up on the route that I took because I absolutely hate the final bit of that area. So, and I'm not even really gonna. I guess I could do it a couple of goes, but as you're perhaps seeing, this top bit is not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination. The first bit's fine. This bit is a little bit awkward. You know what? Actually, in that respect, I'm not even sure I want to muck around taking the middle route. So yeah, basically, what I did originally was take the middle route. I'll point it out a bit more when I can actually reach it. Yes, there, fine. So I actually went down to the left here to clear it. It's not that bad, other than the two spikes in the middle. That are sort of horizontal is not a nice particular jump, so I don't particularly like that one. But it's the last jump. It's getting past the two spikes facing upwards that are actually in the wall, and the two spikes that are facing downwards that are in the wall. I can't remember the number of times I got to there and just could not pull that jump off. It's absolutely awful. So ordinarily, as you can see, it's in a line, a corner line on the right-hand side there. Ordinarily, I would never even contemplate going over to that right-hand side of the screen there, but I actually hate... I actually hate that middle bit so much, and I never pulled off. I mean, admittedly, if I had pulled that off, the screen would be cleared, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, I hate that last jump on the middle so much that I actually just gave up on it and actually started doing the align here. This corner. It's not foolproof. I'm not going to get it every time. No chance. But funny enough, you rub up against that wall, just to the left of it, then it works. It actually works out pretty well. Again, it is probably one of those aligns that I'm actually, again with a spike facing horizontally off of it, is one of the lines that are very few ones that I actually know would be helpful. Like before, much of the time I'm just scrambling around in the dark, thinking with the lines, thinking, well, I've got no idea, frankly, if this is a good line or a bad line or what. I could be screwing myself up. That one, I am 99% sure that by rubbing up against the wall, this one here, so that is providing a good align to get through that corner. As I say, as you can see, it's not foolproof by any means. Thanks for the lag there. I lost my double jump. I didn't just I got it, but it happened like way too late for it to be of any use. But as you can see, the first bit here is equally is fairly annoying as well. So yeah, good. No, I hesitated. I think you want to make not the absolute fullest jump there on that one, because I think you might end up going into the spike that's sort of away from the floor. But I held back too much, and I landed on the last spike over the left hand side, past the however many you want to get past. Is it 6.5? So okay. I've learnt my lesson there. Next time I will. I actually might make a full jump and just see, because if making a full jump there does land me safely, then I'd be stupid not to, and I can't quite remember whether that is the case or not. But yeah, this screen's nasty. Don't much like this screen. The bit at the top is really irritating, and as I say, the corner there is no guarantee. Really? Wow, I'm not even sure what I did wrong there. I felt like I went at that jump full pelt. Obviously not, but yeah, the bit at the top is this jump. I mean, this is fine. This is fine. That's that is pretty much fine. Obviously, with the first the spike. There not being one on the ceiling there, that obviously is a much easier jump. But that last jump at the top there, very, very nasty. I made I made about as I don't believe I actually hesitated there on moving to the left at all, and I didn't make that jump. Are you serious? What? That's worrisome. I genuinely felt like I did not make any, or did not hold back at all there. The only thing I can think of is that I used my double jump, like too early or something, so that I didn't get the full range. But I'm not quite sure what went wrong there. That's very worrying. That's awful. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I'm not of any mind to start mucking around in the middle. Frankly, again, I hate that last jump on the middle there so much that I'd rather do the corner. The corner is certainly not a guarantee. I'd say it's still probably only about a 1 in 4 for me, but if that, probably longer odds than that. But what? I'm confused as to how I'm not making those jumps. That one is also a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one's also a 6.5, or not the full 7, because one of the spikes is like not fully to the left of another one. So they are, in essence, the same jump in terms of distance, but I'm not quite sure how I'm messing up on it. What? How? I mean, there is almost no way. I guess I could not align probably what I'm doing. No, I'm almost certainly going to have to do that. I'm rubbing up against the right-hand wall at the bottom there, just to make sure that I'm not going to land on the pyramid of spikes at the bottom. So yeah, just absolutely safeguard against that. I'm rubbing up against that wall. I don't want to not do that. Surely that align is not what's causing the problem there. This is all disappointing now. I got through a fair amount of everything else where, like, you know, didn't need to cut through a few really difficult screens. I was expecting this one to cause, like, some problems, but given the number of times I've actually been down at the very bottom now, I would have expected to have done it by now, having got down there that much. So this is disappointing. Well, I think without that final jump at the top here, on the top level, I'd be done by now. This jump, I just don't like it at all. And that's obviously even before I even get to the middle, so it's not like it's anything to do with the strategy between going off to the right hand side and the bottom rather than the middle. It's this sodding jump. And I'm clearing it well enough to the point that it's obviously fine, the strategy I'm employing there, but whether it's like the absolute best, I don't know, but frankly I can't think of anything else. Okay, good. Let's just be very careful here and idle up over there on the left-hand side without hitting that spike. That would be dreadful. Okay, don't have to cut it. Fine. But okay, so I think this brings us to the second to last screen of the area, if memory serves. But this is still a difficult one. There's a few jumps in here that I'm not a fan of. This pretty much first one here is actually pretty awful. Really? So what I'm actually going to do is rub up against that, the left-hand wall of that block. I think that gets me just a little bit further over, so I can make a bit more of a full jump and for the second jump I'm going to need to do. But oh please. Yeah, don't like that. I don't like that jump. It's not the worst thing in the world by any means, but... And again, because it's like... It's one of those ones, where I'm like, I don't know whether to be disappointed or annoyed that it's kind of like first up, because, again, I'm feeling like I'm making, like... Wow, really? I feel like I'm making so little progress here, because, admittedly I've not been going that long, but... Wow, okay, I don't want to be dying to that straight away afterwards, but there are still a fair few tricky manoeuvres after this, and at the moment just again feel like with it being like the first real, oh my god, stop doing that, first real problematic manoeuvre that is just not making any progress whatsoever, which is very frustrating. And again, I don't actually know whether my line here is helping, but I felt like it did when I first did this, so can I just shoot this save from over there or so? I don't need to be on the bleeding save. In fact, I'm going to try and save as well as I'm on the ground. Yes, fine. So I don't have to keep mucking around. Yeah, that's fine. There's no advantage to being in the by the save or whatever. So yeah. Good grief, this first manoeuvre is a pain in the bloody neck. Jesus. Wow, really? Okay, fine. But like I said, there's still tons that could go wrong here, so yeah, good grief. Don't think that's made it, no. Okay, let's just not align if we can. I don't know. I mean, it's a cliff jump to get up there, so it's the chances are I'm probably going to could well automatically align just anyway, just by the sheer fact of making the jump up there. But because yeah, that's honestly, I feel like without running up against that, I just don't clear the spike just enough, or indeed at all. I don't know if that is a thing or not, but anyway. Okay, that felt better. Good. So yeah, basically we need to go up here to the top to get in this crosshairs again, and then back, and yeah, back. Oh my goodness me! Back over to the right-hand side. Okay, let's not celebrate just yet. Okay, good. Yeah, basically the bit up there, the top to the crosshairs is kind of difficult. I felt like dropping down to the middle there again, or fairly low down, because the gate jump is really not so bad. I didn't want to have to try and make the long jump over the right-hand side. I felt if I do that, I'm probably just going to land on one of the spikes, the diagonal ones, closest to me when I'm making that jump, if I'm trying to do too much too soon. So yeah, bait it out a little bit and just double jump in the middle and be sensible about it. Okay, good. Didn't have to cut that either, thankfully. And here's hoping I'm not going to have to do the same. We'll have to do that with this last screen, because yeah, unless memory serves, this is the last screen. Dig it. Which actually I don't think is too bad at all. It feels a little bit kind of odd in the difficulty scaling point of view. This whole area, where I feel like the second screen. Yeah, the second screen, and some of the ones in the middle are really quite difficult, but the last screen, as you saw there, was pretty much nothing. There are a few easy screens, like the one with just the tiny platforms, like the one block platforms, that are fairly straightforward as well. So yeah, the difficulty curve on this area is kind of bizarre. But anyway, we're done. Yeah, there was no boss, so yeah, as there isn't going to be with the Uhuhu Spike 2 area, but yeah, not famous, not well, known for its bosses. Those games, they're more just pure Neil, so I guess it makes sense not to have a boss there. But yay, cool. 3 areas done. That wasn't so bad. Looking at the time, this video is going to fall just short of 40 minutes, and I didn't have to cut anything. That's pretty good. I think that took at least twice as long, if not more so, probably near an hour and a half or so, if to clear first time around. There were just obviously I've been doing things a bit differently here. I went on the second screen. I went for the ledge jump as taking a different path. I went for the corner immediately on the I think the third to last screen. Third to last screen, rather than going down through the middle. So obviously save some time, not mucking around doing that, because yeah, there are. It's nice to have the multiple paths, and frankly, some of them just seem considerably easier than other ones. So yeah, I am more than glad that they're there. Anyway, yeah, I will leave it there, and we will pick up next time with Area 4. Hope to see you for that. But until then, cheerio.